The courtroom stirs as Judge V enters, commanding instant attention. Miss Ellison stands alone, her ex-husband noticeably absent. She wastes no time, launching into a plea for more spousal support. Her voice trembles with frustration. She claims sleepless nights, unexpected visits, blaring horns outside her home. She wants protection. She wants relief. And above all, she wants an extra $100 a week.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Ellison?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I've went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money. And the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment. Plus, I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it. But I think $100 a week extra for spousal support would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him. It's him doing the harassing.
Okay. How long ago did you all get divorced?
It's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
He just won't let go.
What is he doing to harass you?
Like 3 or 4.
The judge listens carefully, eyebrows narrowing as the accusations grow. Harassment at work. Harassment at home. Miss Ellison insists the police can't catch him because he always disappears just in time. She believes a restraining order will finally force him to stop. But Judge V cuts in sharply. This court doesn't issue restraining orders. The tension rises as Miss Ellison looks stunned, realizing she's in the wrong courtroom for that part of her request.
2:00 in the morning, drives around the house blowing his horn at all hours of the morning. He comes down to my work unannounced, goes right into where I'm working at and wants to argue with me in front of co-workers. I mean, I could be fired for that. I mean, it's
Have
totally
you ever
ridiculous.
tried to call the police on him?
Well, by the time they get there, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never caught him actually doing anything.
Okay.
He knows not to get caught, but I need a restraining order. That's the only thing that's really going to, I think, keep him away from me.
Okay.
And he found
well,
out
I
about,
don't do restraining orders in this court. You can go to another court and definitely request a restraining order. And I believe that's something you can do at your local police department too.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. That is definitely that. Now, I can, if you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that. You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said,
Shifting the focus, Judge V asks about the requested increase in support. Miss Ellison argues that her hours have been reduced and her ex-husband's income keeps rising. She paints herself as loyal, devoted, and now abandoned, with half the income she once relied on. Meanwhile, she says he's a CEO in the oil industry, a man with bonuses, a man raking it in.
my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that. So
You said your wages.
Yeah, my wages are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever, and he makes good money. I don't make half of what he's making, and it's been really tough. I raised his children. I entertained his friends. I kept the house clean. I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week, maybe.
Okay.
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty right there.
Details unfold. She receives $325 a week currently, but complains he doesn't always pay on time. She describes the costs of maintaining her home, the same home she was awarded during the divorce. New siding, new carpet, a list of improvements she now pays for. Groceries, utilities, gas. Even entertainment. I can't just sit home watching TV, she insists. The courtroom reacts with quiet murmurs.
He shouldn't be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
Well, I have rent. I'm still making the payments on the house. Before we got divorced, we had it redecorated, carpet paneling on the outside, siding on the outside, all kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, I got food. My car's paid off, but, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. You can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I go out from time to time, that takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago, outside of spousal maintenance, were you awarded the home?
Yes, I was awarded the home. And he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay. So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
But Judge V isn't swayed. Her tone turns firm. Miss Ellison has not shown anything new. No major change in expenses. No unforeseen hardship. The judge reminds her that many of these costs existed at the time of the divorce. She had no car note then. She doesn't have one now. Her mortgage is nearly paid off. The judge's skepticism becomes increasingly clear.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. That's a financial burden.
Well, okay, so you went down on hours.
Yeah, my boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
And the insurance for the car, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
When you all were divorced, did he have a 401k in existence? Yes. And this is Texas, which is a community property state.
The judge shifts to a critical legal point, the 401k. This is Texas, a community property state. Miss Ellison already received half of her ex-husband's retirement, a significant amount. The judge warns her that she cannot ask the court to consider it twice. Miss Ellison pushes back emotionally, complaining of her low-paying job and lack of education. But the law is the law, and the judge's patience is thinning.
Assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
yes,
I don't think that should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely not the law.
His 2 raises every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I'm going to, my age, I'm not going to find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped in this life.
And Miss Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time, because I cannot give you an increase in spousal maintenance just because you're asking for it. No, ma'am.
25?
Even $5. The answer is no. So is there anything else that you needed from me here today? Because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase.
Miss Ellison tries again, pleading for anything, $25 more, $5 more. But Judge V delivers a decisive blow. The answer is no. If wage increases alone justified support modifications, everyone would flood the court. And when Miss Ellison reluctantly reveals she received roughly $250,000 from the retirement account, the courtroom shifts. It's clear she has no legal grounds for more support.
From his wages.
Well,
if that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
Well, people need increases. Women
and
living on their own, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
It was a nice piece.
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
About $250,000.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed, and so are you. Thank you. Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B. I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Ellison case. So wife, well, ex-wife in this case, she was wanting an increase in her spousal maintenance. Well, if you're going to come to court and ask for an increase in spousal maintenance, there are a number of things that you have to show. If you remember, we talked previously about spousal maintenance and the things that you needed to show in terms of the factors to even qualify.
With finality, the judge dismisses the case and dismisses Miss Ellison. The gavel falls like a door slamming shut. Moments later, Judge V addresses viewers directly, breaking down exactly why the case fell apart. She explains the legal standards, the unchanged expenses, and the significant assets Miss Ellison already received. In the judge's eyes, this was not a case of need, but a case of overreach.
It works the same way when you're asking for a modification of that. What do you all hear? She was talking about her job, cut her wages, cut the time that she would have to be at work, although husband made this money, but nothing really changed in terms of her expenses. Her expenses actually decreased because she inherited a lot of money when she and her ex-husband divorced. Therefore, she didn't qualify for an increase in a modification of her spousal support, which is why her case was.
As the music fades, Judge V ends with a reminder. Modification of spousal support requires real change, legal change, not just dissatisfaction or resentment. The courtroom empties, but her final message lingers. I end my courtroom. Fairness is the standard, and the law is the final word.